Hello everyone, and welcome back to yet another episode of Craft and Chat. I'm your host Lulu, and thank you so much for joining me this week. Now, I know I haven't made one of these videos in a little while now, but hopefully more will be coming out soon, as well as a chit-chat check-in that explains a little bit of what has been going on behind the scenes in regards to this YouTube channel so far. But for now, I wanted to get into the topic of today's video, which is the Inktober art challenge that is coming up in October and a little bit of the controversy that's surrounding it. Now, a lot of you may know that Inktober is a 31-day art challenge where you draw once a day, every day throughout the month of October. And by now, the names Alphonso Dunn, Jake Parker, and even Inktober itself, they're all over YouTube's art scene. If you type in any of these three subjects, you will get extensive videos that go into plagiarism and experience of cancel culture in general. In case you don't have a few hours for all of the fine details, I have provided a little breakdown of my personal ideas over what happened. So, several years ago, Jake Parker made popular the 30/31 day art challenge and coined the name Inktober. He was not in any way, shape, or form the first person to do an art challenge of this nature, but he is the person who it became popular around, specifically during the month of October, specifically using ink and specifically under the name Inktober. It went from a personal challenge that he claims he created himself to improve his own art to something that has become so huge it is an actual business venture for him. And as a result, as of this year, Parker decided to release an Inktober how to inking book. Alphonso Dunn gets really excited when he sees that this book exists. Then he notices a few too many similarities of this book to his own work. Now, Alphonso Dunn is a popular YouTuber who makes very nice videos, a lot of how-to. I believe he mentioned that he was at one point an art teacher, but he ended up putting so much work into his inking book that he actually had to at least put that job on pause to work on it. So he put a lot into his book. As a result, he ends up making an hour-long breakdown video over the similarities between his How to Ink book and the Inktober How to Ink book. Before this video is even a day old, cancel culture activates. You have one half of the art scene just like, no, we're done. No Inktober, no Jake Parker. This guy is a horrible, horrible person and he has plagiarized this book. And then you've got the other half that's like, hey, we don't know that for a fact. Alphonso Dunn could just be mistaken. There are all kinds, there's all of these things. And there's a lot to consider in regards to whether or not the Inktober book has been plagiarized. However, I'm not here to talk about my opinion on if the book was plagiarized or not. There are already a lot of videos that exist going into the nitty-gritty details of how both sides may or may not have a foot to stand on. And these videos do it way better than I ever could. So that's not what this video is about today. Today, I am here to talk about the event Inktober itself. Guys, don't cancel Inktober. Why ruin something that so many artists have put their heart and soul into? Like, whether or not this book was plagiarized, whether or not Jake Parker himself should or should not be condemned, the challenge itself has had an impact on the art community as a whole over multiple different platforms. For me personally, this challenge is what got me back into drawing. I spent years neglecting my art because I didn't think I was good enough. I didn't think that I would ever improve because I spent a lot of my high school years legitimately drawing every day. But by now you may also know the quote, don't practice more, practice well. And through Inktober, I actually began to learn how to practice well. And you know what? I'm sure it was the same way with a lot of other people. And when I started doing Inktober, the challenge was by far not new. But even ever since I started, I've seen the challenge and the community attached to it grow. It's Inktober, it's Drawtober, it's Arttober, it's Witchtober. You know, you can call it whatever you want. You can follow whatever prompt list you want. Shameless promotion for my own October core list. Just don't throw this challenge aside when instead it can and has been used to bring so many people back into the art community. As for me, I have quite a few plans in the works regarding this October. Through Inktober, I want to dive into the world of internet aesthetics, which started when I discovered cottagecore through TikTok, which is like, the best way I can think to explain it right now is cottagecore is a way of dressing or interacting with your surroundings that is very, not fantasy in the sense of magical, but very fantasy in the sense of, wouldn't it be nice if this is what country life were actually like? And I have since fallen in love with it, and I've discovered that there are other aesthetics. And this has expanded into 31 days worth of different aesthetics that I would like to explore. I would like to explore these aesthetics, obviously, through art. I probably won't be following the proper Inktober rules, but I don't think anybody is really following the proper Inktober rules anymore. But I will be using hashtag Inktober as well as hashtag Octobercore, hashtag Drawtober, hashtag Arttober, because I want my art and my discoveries of these aesthetics to reach all of you. I'm looking for my community and I am looking for my people. And the part about Inktober is that you have this one singular hashtag. You type it in and you attach it to your artwork, and then you can type it in somewhere else into a search bar, and you see all of these other people who have also attached that little tag to their artwork. And you know, I guess you could say it's just tagging artist of Instagram, which is also a thing. But even if you're using a different prompt list, there is a similar feeling to a lot of the art that comes across. And sometimes you will have people that share the same art prompts. So I know Witchtober is a big thing of, you draw a witch for every day of October, or other people would like to join me in my October core. It's so awesome to see, okay, this is your prompt. This is what you have to work with. And then you have your own vision and you art it out, and then you search for others and you see the crazy things that somebody else has done with almost the same idea, the same prompt, all of the different creativity that can come from that. And it's, I don't know, it lets you really get into the core of what you want. So, I mean, at this point, I'm really just repeating myself over it. But my whole point, my whole idea is don't let this get away from us. Right now, more than ever, we need a sense of solidarity, a sense of coming together, a sense of just, hey, if you're having a bad day, you can type in insert prompt here or insert any of these tags here, and chances are you're going to find someone else who may either be feeling like you are or maybe expressing something that makes you feel better. A way of saying, look at me, I'm here, I'm not going anywhere. If you need me, let me know. And I guess that's really what I mean when I say I want to share my art with all of you, because if you need me, I'm here. So if you're having a bad day in the month of October, or really any time, but specifically the month of October for this, type in the hashtag, and if something that I've made reaches out to you, contact me, or use the same tags so that I can find you. Like, use this chance to strengthen the community instead of just, divide it. Because there are a lot of really unique and amazing and awesome creators all over the place, from experienced to inexperienced to just starting out to been here forever. And again, I'm just repeating myself. I guess that the overall message I have from this is, come on guys, join me. Let's do this.